It's now 5 a.m. and this is WKYT This Morning. Police have arrested a man who they suspect stole from someone and also robbed a Lexington beauty store some months ago.
A person had to be taken to the hospital overnight after being hit by a car while playing basketball. The car got away from everything. We'll tell you more on this story.
And 3 U.S. Olympic swimmers are being kept from returning home to the U.S. from Brazil. The reason why and your forecast ahead on WKYT This Morning.
This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning. Welcome into you. I'm Rebecca Smith.
I'm Bill Bryant. So good to have you with us here on WKYT on your Thursday. We can see the weekend coming and we can see improvements up the road in our weather.
Well, that's always good. You know, something to look forward to, Micah.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And we're seeing most of the rain right now in southern Kentucky, and that is going to be the case later on this afternoon. I-64 corridor southbound, that is your best bet to actually pick up on some showers and thunderstorms, and that'll take you throughout the day tomorrow. So tomorrow, look for some spotty rain, and then the weekend, here comes another front. Defender Radar Network, showers moving toward the Howard Rogers Parkway going through the Lake Cumberland region. So just keep in mind that it's going to be a little bit wet traveling early this morning on Cumberland Parkway, Howard Rogers Parkway 75, really from Rockcastle County southbound. Most of this is south today, but the focus of the forecast is storms remain, but that's not for everybody. We'll have that coming up in a few minutes.
And we're really holding out for that great weather next week.
Yeah.
It looks like it's coming. New this morning on WKYT News, police have arrested a man who they suspect stole from a man and robbed a Lexington beauty store back in May.
Seems like he was busy, and this morning that man will face a Fayette County judge. WKYT's Caitlin Sentner is live with details of the case. Caitlin.
Good morning, Rebecca. It was at this entrance a couple months ago. Police say there was quite the scuffle between two men. Police say a man put $180 back in his wallet. He set his wallet on the counter, and that's when they say James Bell allegedly stole his wallet and tried to run, but he didn't get far. The man actually tackled him before he made it all the way out of Rite Aid. The report goes on to say Bell had a blue jacket on and was able to escape the victim's grip by slipping out of the jacket. It says he then got into a green car and sped toward New Circle Road. Left behind in that jacket, though, were some pretty important items. According to police, inside a pocket, Bell left his wallet and social security card, but say he was further identified through Rite Aid's security video. Fast forward hours later that same day after this scuffle, police say the same Lexington man went into Sally's Beauty Supply over on Sir Barton Way, where the store's manager says she helped him find a product. The manager told police when she brought him to the counter to pay, he robbed her, demanding money from the register. It's been a couple of months, and now Bell is behind bars. He's charged with theft and robbery, and he's set for arraignment later today. Live in Lexington, Caitlin Sentner, WKYT.
Thanks, Caitlin. New this morning, police are investigating after a hit and run in Lexington. They say it happened just after 10:30 on Gumbo Court near Center Parkway. Police say some young adults and older teens were playing basketball at the end of the street when a car hit one of them. Police say that car just got away from the scene after that. They say the victim and witnesses were uncooperative. The victim was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. We are tracking the investigation into a deadly crash in Woodford County. Happened late yesterday afternoon on McCowan's Ferry Road near Versailles. The Woodford County coroner says a car driven by 58-year-old Teresa Lake ran off the road and flipped. He says Lake was already dead when emergency crews got there. The coroner says Lake's body did not have any signs of trauma, so he thinks she may have had a medical issue before the crash. An autopsy has been scheduled.
New this morning, a veteran bus driver in Louisville could lose his job after a kindergartner was found sleeping on his bus. Jefferson County Public School officials say the student was alone for nearly an hour before he was found. They say the child is fine, but the school's chief operating officer says Mike Razor says that he is furious. He says every driver is required when they turn off their bus to walk to the back of the bus and check every seat to make sure that no child is left. Razor says the school has no tolerance for this kind of mistake. A possible hit list has been found inside Estill County High School. Michelle Chamberlain is at our alert desk with the details on that. Michelle?
Yeah, imagine as a parent receiving a note from your child's school that a hit list was found in the school building. That's exactly what happened at Estill County High School. Actually, this hit list was found inside a textbook, the words written on the inside cover of a book. There were names also listed, but we don't know how many. We do know that Superintendent Jeff Saylor contacted the parents and students on that list. Saylor did add that there was no point when students were in danger. Now, the superintendent says they do know who wrote this list, but he will not release the name due to his or her age. We are told an arrest has not been made, but charges have been filed against that person. Rebecca?
Thank you, Michelle. In Rio, 2 U.S. Olympic swimmers had to be removed from their flight back home by Brazilian authorities. The U.S. Olympic Committee says swimmers Gunnar Bentz and Jack Conger were stopped from returning last night. They, in addition to Ryan Lochte and James Fegan, claimed to have been robbed. But yesterday, a Brazilian judge ordered that the 4 swimmers' passports are seized so they could be further questioned because of discrepancies in their story. Lochte's lawyer says Lochte is now back in the U.S. and that he cooperated fully when he was first questioned in Brazil. Fegan is still in Brazil. Federal police at the airport have been told not to allow him to board a plane. The U.S. Olympic Committee says it is still gathering more information about why Conger and Bentz were removed from their flight last night. Authorities in Louisiana say 13 people died because of devastating floods there. Many of the deaths happened in the Baton Rouge area. Louisiana's governor says that more than 40,000 homes were damaged. At least 30,000 people were rescued after 20 inches of rain fell in parts of the state. Louisiana says 6,000 people are still in shelters, but that is down from 11,000 earlier in the week. The White House says the Homeland Security Secretary will visit the state today to look over the federal government's response to the flooding.
Back here in Kentucky, after more than 50 years in business, a Southern Kentucky bowling alley will soon be shutting down. Managers of Forest Lanes in Corbin say the business will close by the end of the month. Members of bowling teams in that area are very upset because it is the only bowling area in the region. They're now looking for a new place to practice.
We're heartbroken. We're heartbroken because now we're going to have to either go to Richmond, Kentucky, Harrogate, Tennessee, or Somerset.
There is no official word yet on why Forest Lanes is closing. The owner would not talk about that yesterday.
Beginning today, the moving Vietnam Veterans Memorial Wall will be on display at the Kentucky Music Hall of Fame and Museum in Renfro Valley. There will be an opening ceremony this evening at 6 to honor our country's fallen heroes. The moving wall will be open 24 hours every day until Monday at noon. From 8 in the morning to 10 at night, volunteers will be on site to help visitors find names. The wall is a half-size replica of the Washington, D.C. Memorial and has been touring the country for more than 30 years. There's been more activity at the Centerpoint project. This time-lapse video from our Skycam yesterday shows equipment being moved out of the project site in downtown. There's no word on why the equipment was moved. Crews have been working on an underground parking garage in recent months. Developers say it would be finished next spring. The Centerpoint project has been 8 years in the making, so we'll see what eventually comes to light.
Well,
eventually.
That's not the kind of activity that, you know, people who want to see something happen wanted to see, the equipment apparently moving out. We'll see. Yeah.
A routine job took an unexpected turn for a University of Kentucky police officer.
Police say Captain Kevin Franklin was directing traffic yesterday morning at the intersection of Cooper Drive and University Drive, all the students arriving, when a car suddenly pulled up to him. They say inside the car a woman was giving birth, so police say Captain Franklin quickly stepped in and delivered the baby. They say he also happens to be a registered nurse. Moments after the birth, emergency crews arrived to take the mother and baby onto the hospital.
But Captain Franklin was very emotional because, anytime a baby's born, a parent or a grandparent is very emotional.
This isn't the first time Captain Franklin has delivered a baby on the job. Police say he delivered another one about 20 years ago. This is while he was eating at a restaurant in Lexington. So at least a couple of times he was the right place at the right time.
Yeah, sounds
and
like it.
Certainly that was the case yesterday.
Good to have him around.
Yeah, and it's good to have you with us on WKYT on this Thursday morning, rolling toward the weekend. We're just getting started with the latest news this morning.
Zookeepers were surprised by the birth of these baby pandas. That story coming back when we come back.
Also, Cisco is slashing jobs. New data about CEOs. Those stories and more ahead in today's Money Watch report.
We have showers already in southern Kentucky. There is that chance of rain today. It's not for everybody, and that goes for Friday, too. Your weekend, though, here comes a front, and that will give us pretty good rain chances for some of your weekend, not all of it. I'm going to show you when you can expect that coming up.
Now, your zone-by-zone forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
Well, we have the showers down south early this morning, and that's where we're holding on to that later on this afternoon as well. That's the best bet for today is southern Kentucky. But that's not the only bet. I would say I-64 southbound. That is where we look for maybe even some showers, thunderstorms later on this afternoon. So the front's trying to make its way through. It's just not going to happen. It just doesn't look like that's going to happen for us. But nonetheless, at least there is a chance for some of us to stay dry. Yesterday, there wasn't really a chance. We had an 80% chance of rain yesterday. Today, it's more 40%. And like I said, mainly for southern Kentucky. Somerset getting the brunt of that at this moment. Light to moderate showers there early this morning. It's heading toward London, Corbin, East Bernstadt. Those are areas that's going to be pretty soggy here in the next hour or so. Already seeing some rain there, but I'm talking about the heaviest rain about to roll into Somerset heading your way. Howard Rogers Parkway is going to be pretty soaked too, all the way to Hazard. Let's go through your day. We get into your afternoon. Showers and thunderstorms are in the forecast mainly for southern Kentucky. That means northern Kentucky, you're looking at a 20% chance of rain. Southern, more like 60%. So it really depends on where you are today, but it's just going to be that way as we go throughout your afternoon. Let's talk about high school football. Some of us kicking off this Friday and off into your weekend. And if that's the case, kickoff, a couple of showers will be around. Remember, it's very spotty for tomorrow. Not everybody will see the rain. And at halftime, mainly dry. At the end of the game, it actually feels pretty nice. Mid-70s, not all that bad as we start to clear those skies on out. So really, it's the first half of the game that there is a chance of rain. But remember, not everybody kicks off football this weekend, and that's going to be next weekend. So all in all, it doesn't look all that bad. I don't see many washouts whatsoever. So things are looking okay. 83 degrees there on Saturday. Much nicer conditions air-wise, not so much look-wise. We head off into Saturday. I would say Saturday during the day is more of a 40% chance of rain. During the night into Sunday morning, that's when we start to see that front roll on through. So I'm putting the best chance of rain in towards Sunday, and that's mainly for the first half. Once that front passes on through, trust me on this, Sunday afternoon into the evening hours, if the timeline stays the way it is, it's going to feel really, really nice. And that'll take you off into next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, sitting there in the mid to upper 70s. Looks good, feels good. We will take it.
We will.
Looks really good. All right, Micah, thank you so much. 5:15 right now. Panda twins surprise zookeepers at Schönbrunn Zoo in Vienna, Austria.
They are always neat to see, aren't they? The giant panda mother gave birth and is rearing her babies in the breeding box behind the scenes. Take a look at Mama Bear as she cuddles her newborn cubs. Isn't that sweet? Zookeepers thought they heard two babies squeaking, but they weren't certain until Friday when they saw the twins on camera for the first time. Quite often when pandas give birth to twins, the mother usually only rears the stronger of the two, so zookeepers will be keeping a close eye on them. But they say so far both babies seem to be doing very well. According to Chinese tradition, the young pandas will not be named until they are 100 days old, so it will be interesting to see what their names end up.
Right, and it seems that she's a multitasking mom. You know,
Yes,
she's
she
able to
is.
deal with both of her.
Good for
little
her.
ones
You know,
there.
you always look up to that situation when you got two. One's hard enough.
Yeah, they're cute. Our time this morning, 5:16 on WKYT. Here on your Thursday morning.
We have a look at your money. Stay with us.
One of the country's biggest tech firms will slash more than 5,000 jobs, and new data shows how U.S. CEOs are different from their foreign counterparts. I'm Brooke Silva-Braga in New York. Those stories and more coming up in your CBS Money Watch report.
Keep up with the latest news on WKYT.com. Join the conversation on Twitter and become a part of the WKYT Facebook family.
Good morning. Glad you're on WKYT this morning. Coming up on 5:20, Cisco is slashing more than 5,000 jobs. New data shows how some of the CEOs in this country are different from their foreign counterparts.
And the crazy lengths job seekers will go to for a new job. Brooke Silva-Braga has the latest on your money.
Cisco will lay off 7% of its workforce. That's 5,500 jobs. The announcement came as the tech giant announced slightly better than expected earnings in the last quarter. Stocks moved higher yesterday, the Dow gaining 21 and the Nasdaq up a point. American CEOs make nearly 3 times as much as their counterparts in other countries. A report from Equilar finds the median compensation for a U.S. CEO is $14.9 million compared to $5.3 million for companies based outside the U.S. And some job seekers are getting creative. maybe too creative. A survey from Career Builder found hiring managers reporting some unusual tactics for job seekers, including sending the potential boss an envelope of cash and showing up to the interview in a white limousine. One job seeker brought along a troop of children to demonstrate leadership, while another sent a pair of embroidered socks with a note promising he would knock the company's socks off. No word on if any of them were hired. That's your Money Watch. For more, log on to CBSMoneyWatch.com. In New York, I'm Brooke Silva-Bracken.
I like that last one. I really dig that.
Can't blame people for trying, I guess, right?
You know.
And it may work, you know.
I don't know why it wouldn't work.
They made the news anyway, right?
Has the Apple bubble burst?
Retail giant Target reports that sales of Apple products in its stores were down by more than 20% in the second quarter. They're hoping to revive that number with the release of the new iPhone 7 this fall. But a big problem for companies like Apple and Samsung, customers are now in less of a hurry to replace their old devices. Experts say it's going to take a major wow factor to get customers spending money to upgrade. Overall, Apple's stock is up by 3% this year, but experts are split on whether or not they're expecting that figure to grow. So we will see, but interesting trends with the numbers there.
Yes.
And it's good to have you along with us on WKYT this morning. In just a few minutes, we'll have our top stories coming up.
And sports is up next.
The UK defense struggled in last Saturday's scrimmage, but the Cats have a couple of guys in the defensive secondary who are just second to none, especially for their age. We'll hear from Derek Beatty coming up next in sports. That and a lot more on the way.
The showers ongoing down in southern Kentucky. I'm meteorologist Micah Harris, and it's really over the Bluegrass Parkway, or actually the Cumberland Parkway, and also Hal Rogers Parkway. That's where you're going to be seeing the best chance of rain today. Southern half, 60% chance of rain. Central zones around I-64, I give it 40%. North of I-64, you're talking 10-20% chance of rain. So it all depends on where you are, but the farther south you are, better likelihood of actually picking up on some of that rain. Some of the heavier downpours, which isn't extremely heavy, light to moderate rain right now rolling into Somerset. So showers are south this morning, and pretty much this afternoon is mostly I-64 and southbound. Let's check out sports and see what's going on this morning.
There's a lot of hype surrounding the UK defensive backs this season, and for good reason. The duo of Chris Westry, Derek Beatty, they form one of the best young sets of cornerbacks in the SEC. Beatty broke into the starting lineup last season in game number 9 and has held on as a starter ever since. New DB's coach Steve Clinkscale says what impresses him most about Beatty, his knowledge of the game.
He's a guy you can tell him one time how to do something and he'll do it correct every time. He takes pride. He wants to come out there and continue to be a tougher player. You know, he wears his emotions on his sleeves. I like that about him. And he comes to practice to work every day.
We're pretty confident in our group as a whole. And then we know, like right now, we don't even say we have 1s, 2s, and 3s because we're confident in all our DBs. Like, there's no slack off when this certain group come out or this certain group goes in. Like, we're pretty confident in our group. So.
The UK receivers are ranked 6th in the SEC. What about the running backs? They are ranked 5th best by ESPN. After Saturday's scrimmage, Eddie Grand sounded pretty optimistic about that group.
You know, we showed some toughness. We showed some breaking some tackles and making some plays. So I'm looking forward to watching the film and just see how many yards after contact we actually did have. From where I was, we missed a couple holes. You know, we missed some things. So, but I'm excited about where we're at. We've got depth. That is really good at that position.
Well, here's the list. Leonard Fournette puts LSU on top. No surprise. Georgia and Tennessee are 2 and 2A. Then it is Alabama. Kentucky is number 5. There is the rest of the list for you. Boom Williams and JoJo Kemp combining for more than 1,400 yards last season. The United States men's basketball team breezes by Argentina yesterday, 105-78. Despite a slow start, the USA got it together in the second and third quarters. Kevin Durant, 27 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. That's a good night. DeMarcus Cousins, welcome back. His best game over the last several outings. Big Cuz had 15 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 blocks. That's a look at sports. Have a great day.